Yeah, and then two things I want to add here. One is that I think that the image that Alex showed in the previous slide is actually really good. I think that there is, to be totally frank, there is a bit of a power dynamic. Not a bit, there is a power dynamic with your manager and you, right? Almost always your manager is going to have more meetings, be more busy, and have like more people to worry about in some sense, right? Because they probably will have more than just you as a report. And so one of the consequences of that, what I've heard quite frequently from people in the community, is that their manager will frequently cancel their one-on-one. And so I just wanted to kind of comment on two different tools or tactics that you can use if you feel like that's happening a lot. Because if it does happen more than, like what Alex mentioned, if you're not at least hitting like the once every 2 week mark, that's an issue. And so one thing you can do is um, if your manager says, hey, like I'm canceling this week, there's nothing to talk about. Number one is you have that doc, that running doc that we referred to earlier. And so then you can say, hey, there is something to talk about. I literally have like 3 bullet points in our one-on-one doc. So um, I would like to have the meeting. And if they say the other common excuse for a manager is I'm super busy, like there's a fire to put out. I'm sorry, but I'm going to cancel our one-on-one for this week. And so then the response should be, I really value our one-on-ones, but I also understand that there's a fire to put out. When can we reschedule? And then you can also, if you want to be really proactive, you can say, hey, I noticed that you have a free slot tomorrow at like 3:45. Can I go ahead and move our one-on-one there? And this goes back, let me connect again to like a previous session we had when we talked about like up leveling in your career, like a promotion kind of thing. We talked about one of the fundamental parts of advancing your career is asking questions. And the core tenet for asking questions is you want to make it easy for people to help you. You want to make it easy for people to answer your question. And so the same concept applies here. If your manager is constantly rescheduling or canceling meetings, make it as easy as possible for them to meet with you. And the way you do that is number one, you propose a new time. And number two, you give them an agenda ahead of time. And so these are like really two really clear tactics to make sure that your manager understands the value and they won't cancel as frequently.